Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the IIBA Mentorship Program launch. My name is Babalwa Machila. On the program for tonight is the membership and professional development, and expected is a run on the mentorship program. Before we get started, I'd like to go through some house rules. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll unmute you and you'll be given an opportunity to go through your question. Switch on a video when you are clear to talk. Questions will be taken during the session and we will field those questions to the speakers as and when they come up. So we'll be also monitoring the chat. The recording will only be shared with the attendees. I'm also looking forward to this mentorship program because I believe most of us are products of a mentorship, whether on an informal or formal basis. And in line with IIBA's theme, which is thriving this year, I think mentorship is one of the key ingredients for all of us to thrive in our various spheres of work. Without further ado, I'll give over to Tsepo, who will be taking us through the membership and professional development. Thank you. And welcome once again.
Can you see my screen, Balo?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. Okay, so thanks everyone, and especially to the organizing team. I've been asked to come and talk about membership and professional development, as well as what are some of the membership benefits that become available to someone who's a member of the International Institute of Business Analysis. My talk is going to be short, supposed to be short. If I go over, maybe just keep me honest there, Les. As you know, I like to talk. And I'm passionate about the work that we do here. So my name is Tsepo Machila. I'm the Vice President for Membership and Professional Development. At the top right, that's actually a true picture of me. I look like this every day. I can promise you, it's not airbrushed. So about MNPD, which is Membership and Professional Development. So we are, what I keep telling people, that we are the cornerstone of the IIBA, both globally as well as locally. So at the IIBA International, which is our parent body, exists to serve the growing needs of business analysis across the world, right? And they do this through various ways. One of it is making sure that there is a local presence where there's people who are passionate about the practice of business analysis, and they decide to organize themselves accordingly, right? So I see us almost like as a centrifuge. So it's almost like everything must revolve around the fact that if you're a member, we must try and understand all the jobs that you as a member wants to get done, and try and make sure that we coalesce all the volunteers across South Africa to try and get this thing done, right? So that's a little bit about us. So we actually have a strategy, and this strategy is how we are changing the chapter of South Africa to be more responsive to the needs of people who are members. So if you're a member, it's different than if you're a volunteer or if you are a sympathizer or someone who is interested. A membership becomes active when you have paid an amount and you have subscribed to the services of the IIBA Global. We have streamlined the membership payments, so you don't have to pay us as the South African chapter. We have a single payment mechanism that happens at IIBA Global, where you register there, you tell them which chapter you're closest to, or they will geolocate where you're actually logging from, and then send you to us as a new member of the chapter of South Africa, right? So our strategy for 22 and 2023 is called the dog pack. And I know it sounds a little bit, I don't know, doggish, but it's actually a mnemonic to say what are some of the things that we are trying to get done for our members between now and the end of 2023. And how do you, as a business analysis member in good standing, how will you benefit, right? So we want to be the doorway for everyone who is a member in South Africa to join the community of other practitioners in South Africa. I mean, if you're a practitioner, and I'm thinking now as a doctor, you want to be with the doctors because otherwise, how do birds of a feather not want to flock together? So we want to be that kind of home for you, right? That's the D in our dog pack. The O in our dog pack is we want to open more opportunities for people who are members to network with others who are also members, right? And also give you access to people who are leaders in their fields, the captains, the hirers, the thought leaders, so that we make it easy for you to say, I know these people because I actually, I hang around with them. The other one is we want to link you to the number one golden standard across the world, which is the IIBA. So through us and through them, you get access to the de facto standard in business analysis. The P in our dog pack is we want to be a passport to amazing local and international events. And I'm sure some of you who've actually seen some of the things that we do, you will realize that we have events, we have, now we are starting to reopen face-to-face kind of networking opportunities so that you can, not just be someone who's a practitioner, but also get to enjoy events that will build your career. The A in our dog pack is around providing unparalleled access to some of the best knowledge and thought leadership assets on business, around business analysis across the world. There are over 11,000 knowledge articles on the IABAglobal.org. So if you go there, you instantly get all this access that will help you become a business analyst. And who doesn't want that, right? The C of what we do in strategy is around helping you grow, right? Career-wise, money-wise, opportunity-wise, your journey on certification-wise. We want to be that partner for you that you trust, that you know we have your best interest at heart. We will keep, making programs and events available for you to be able to, achieve your goals. What are some of the things that we have achieved as a portfolio in 2022? Um, we talk a lot to global. So as a parent-child, we actually, it's more like peer-to-peer rather than parent-child, because we give them a lot of inputs into how are our members wanting us to treat them, and what are some of the things that we would like to see in order for us to be able to serve them. For example, if you pass your certification, right, we want to know about that. The reason we want to know about that is because we want to congratulate you, right? We also want to publicize that because we think it's a great thing. We want people to recognize your hard work, right? We want to know when you join the community so that we can find you and say welcome, right? And tell you how great we are as a chapter, as well as the great opportunities that you can access by being part of us, right? The other thing that we've seen happening is we're getting a lot of members talking to us, even non-members, saying, how do I become a member, right? For those who are not members. And those who are members are sometimes are coming to us to say, I want to get certified. So we like that. We actually encourage people to talk to us about how we can serve them better. So that's one of the things that we are seeing coming through into our communication channels. On the third point, we reintroduced the certification preparation workshops. This easily you can pay close to 30 to 40,000 if you go to an institution like FTI or certification. And I'm not talking about you even paying the exam fee. This is just for the preparation, right? So we've taken a 30,000 program and we've rolled out to people who are members in South Africa for free, right? Because you tell us this is important for you, and we want to make sure that we help you get this thing done, right? And the other thing people really like before, the pandemic was we used to have like lean coffees where we would meet either in Sandton or wherever else was convenient. We'll have coffee, we'll talk about some of the topical things that are happening in our world and even in South Africa or even globally, and find a way that we could solve it together. So that agendaless kind of meeting with the good vibes, the good coffee and stuff, we've reintroduced it now virtually, and we have plans to scale it out nationally, as well as make it physically. So people should meet again over a hot cuppa and nice topics and really enjoy knowing and being business analysis members in good standing. The other thing that I'm definitely looking forward to is if you're going to the BA Summit in 2022, which is another thing of the things that we demanded that people, the summit going forward should be physical unless otherwise, because people were saying, or our members were saying, we want to meet and we missed the summit. But now we're saying, if you come to the summit and we can establish that you're a member in good standing, we're going to give you an experience that is different than someone who's just walking in and they're just interested in coming to the summit. So these are some of the early wins that we have bagged 2022. But even going forward into 2023, there's stuff that we're doing, which is the pipeline that is going to help us change how we treat members and how do we recognize them, right? And you can obviously see some of those things that I've put there. Let me just go to the next page. there. So, I mean, I talked about what our portfolio is and where we are, where we come from, and where we're going. But there is actually a page on iiba.org. It's called Membership. If you click on it and you go to the individual benefits, it will talk about this raft of benefits that exist solely for people who are members, as well as for people who are interested in becoming members. And if you see it, it's actually gobsmacking to think that for less than $90 a year, this is over 12 months. It means on average, you're paying less than $8 per month, which is equivalent probably to about 150 bucks. You will get this whole suite of benefits. We give you the career action guide on growing your career. We'll help you get certified in an affordable way. If you're a member, when you want to take one of the certifications that IIBA Global is offering, there are discounts. I think right now they're running like a 50% discount for the CPOA, as well as another one that they're offering there. There's always something for members, and they will tell you there is no coupon. If you're a member, you automatically qualify. So for me, I think there's never a better reason to want to take up membership than for some of these things, right? And the IIB, as I said, is the golden standard globally for our profession, right? They will link you to us if you register and become a member there. This gives you access, obviously, to not just the events, which is South African events, but it gives you access to global events, right? Whether this is in Ukraine, whether this is in the UK, the US, wherever else that they are hosted. I think in the coming months, there's going to be also the Balkan Business Analysis Conference, which I also went, a very, very good event, right? And also sometimes the IABA itself hosts webinars online where you can benefit and get some of those things there. And the other nice thing is if you, or maybe the reality is if you're not a member of the IABA, you buy the BA book if you want to study for CPEP or any of the core standard kind of things. But if you are a member in good standing, those things are on the internet. Beyond the login, and once verified that you're a member, you can download the book guide for free, right? You can download the guide to product ownership and analysis for free. You can get the Agile extension for free. These are things that if you're not a member, you'll have to pay for individually. And very soon you'll start seeing that actually becoming a member for less than $90 really is not just a gimmick. It's just being smart, right? And like I mentioned earlier on, we are a global enterprise or a local instance of a global enterprise where thousands of very good people are publishing white papers and studies, articles around business analysis. There's also a BA magazine there. And you can also, if you, for example, want to know what's happening there, you can also see key trends to advance your career as to how our career is changing and what are some of the things that you can do to take advantage of those specific new trends in order to upskill yourself and to find better opportunities, right? And there's an online library as well that you get access to. So you are pretty much opening a new world, which is worth thousands of dollars, if not more, for a price which is less than what you will pay for a good shisanyama when the Boks are playing. All right, so that's my story. I don't know if there are any questions, Les.
No questions. Yes, Paps.
No questions in the chat. Fepo, thank you for an insightful overview. If I wasn't a member, I would take up membership today. I mean, the value-added services that you've gone through are specifically like the dog pack, Nick, and it's a lucky present of everything that anyone needs to grow their career. And congratulations to everyone who chose to focus on growth tonight. Don't know if anyone else would like to ask a question. Please put up your hand if you've got a question. If not, then we will on to Mashaba, who will be taking us through tonight's business, which is the launch of the mentorship program, IIBA South Africa.
Thank you so much, Babalwa. Let me just put my camera on. And thank you so much, colleagues, for joining tonight. I'm very, very excited. And for me, it's just an honor to be part of this great journey. So, yeah, I am so over the moon, and I'm looking forward to this journey. I'm looking forward to us as a community thriving together, as the theme for our year this year. It's Thrive. Before, I don't want to go much into like a lot of, without wasting much time. Let me just immediately go into it. So as you have seen the invites, they're talking about the mentorship in a box launch. So thank you so much for making the session today. And I am just going to share with you I'm going to share with you what I have put together. I don't know why my slides are. Oh. Yeah, for some reason my slides were not moving. So in terms of what I'm gonna share, I'm going to try and keep it fast and quick. And if there are further questions, there's an email that you can send us, or if we have the time, we can carry on and address those questions. So what we're going to be covering today, we're just going to cover the background, the objectives of mentorship program. What's in a box, as we mentioned that the program is mentorship in a box. We're just going to cover the high-level process, high-level criteria, approach, high-level roles and responsibilities, thriving in mentor-mentee relationship, expectations, what's in it for you, and then we close. So in terms of the background, this is not for the first time that as the SA chapter, we are launching mentorship. It was first launched in 2018 under the leadership of our former president, Dr. Edward Ngubane. It's no longer Mr., it's Dr. now. And the program paused due to some constraints, but I must say that I was privileged at some point to attend a presentation that was presented by one of the mentees who was part of the program, and she shared how grateful she was that she was part of the program. So hence I'm saying that was successfully launched and it yielded good results for those who were part of it. So the program paused due to some constraints. Then that time, the global chapter as well launched it as a pilot in the about 7 countries in 2018, same year that we launched on our side. And at the time, the pilot was run and managed by Global, which proved to be a bit challenging. Then they then looked at the program, adapted it, and then they set up mentoring in a box or mentorship in a box, which as IIBA South Africa, we chose to participate in this year and is part of our balance scorecard. So basically what we're just going to be focusing on, and this is what we have borrowed from Global, that the main focus is just to offer the support to members only in the area of the business analysis faculty through their experience-based guidance. And we will also be reporting on the progress that we are making as far as this exciting program is concerned. So getting to what's in a box, what Global did to put together this program. In a box, they giving us collateral, they're giving us presentations that we can use if there are people who want to know much more about the mentorship program. So they put together a presentation that we can use, but we can also like change and align it to what our needs are. They're providing us the processes. They've set up a process that we need to follow as we launch, which includes the call for mentors, call for mentees, the onboarding process, the matching process, as well as termination if it gets to a point where we need to terminate. They also gave us some email templates that we can leverage off. They've given us some forms that we can leverage off, as well as contracts that the mentees and mentors will have to sign, which cover the legal aspects as well. And they've also given us some guidelines in terms of the things that we can do, the things that we may not do. And they've also given us the contracts. So in a nutshell, that is what is in the mentorship program box that we are launching today. So hence it's called mentorship, mentorship in a box. So in terms of the high level process, we need to call for mentors and mentees, do the onboarding as I indicated, do the mentor-mentee matching, mentorship monitoring and evaluation, where on monthly basis, we are expected to send a report to Global just for them to see how we're making. And then if there are any challenges, they are also there to provide us the support that we need and offboarding. Then in terms of the high level criteria that Global has outlined and we have embraced is that, as I mentioned earlier, that this program is really for members only. And Tsepo has given a very nice outline of the benefits of being a member. So over and above that, you also get to participate in this program by either being a mentor or a mentee. So we're gonna be working with fully paid IIBA members, and then those mentors and mentees, they just need to have basic resources for meetings and communication. They then also need to avail themselves and have capacity for meetings. Then in terms of the approach that we're going to be following from this time onwards, from the launch onwards, we are just going to have a meet and greet session for both the mentors and the mentees on the 24th of this month. So those who have submitted their applications, expect that you will be receiving an invite for the meet and greet on the 24th of this month. And for now, for starters, we will run the program on 3-month cycles, and the mentor-mentee relationship may be extended to the next cycle if desired. But if for the first 3 months, the mentor and mentee relationship, the goals are achieved, the mentee is okay to walk away and run with whatever that they have, the wisdom that they have gained. And the mentor as well, they feel that they want to walk away, it's okay. But for me, I just feel that since we are starting this, we are restarting this community, it would actually be great that the mentees that get to be part of this program, they continue to mentor others. They plant the seed that other the mentors that they would have been working with have planted in their lives. Then there will also be formally monthly reporting, as I indicated that there are forms that Global has put together for us. There is also a form that we're going to be having to complete on monthly basis, and those forms will be submitted to Global. And we will also have monthly catch-ups where as a team or as a mentoring community, as IIBA mentoring community, we will be sharing our wins for the month, any challenges and maybe lessons learned, so that we can grow and thrive together in this program.
Mashaba, sorry to interject there. I think we had a hand up from Esona, so I just don't want her to lose her trail of thought, if that's okay with you.
Okay, that's fine by me.
Please go for it, Esona.
Hi guys, thank you. I know my name maybe confusing. But I joined late, man. Apologies, but maybe you've touched on it. I just needed to know if there is any requirement in terms of work experience or qualification in terms of the mentees. Thank you.
Okay, I think I will just go back to the slide to say the high level criteria is mainly for the mentees or prospective mentees to be fully paid IIBA members, and they just have to have Zoom or WhatsApp or whatever means of communication that they can use to have those meetings and to communicate with the mentors, and availability and capacity to have meetings. These are just the basic requirements or basic criteria. There is no, at this point in time, and in terms of the guidelines that we received from Global, there is no limitations in terms of the experience that the mentee should have, because at the end of the day, this program is meant to assist even new BAs that need some form of support in their career.
Okay, thank you. And to then be part of the program as a mentee, one needs to attend the upcoming session. I think it's said on the 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. So is that how then one would join the program?
There was a post that was done for call for mentees, and there is a Google form that we have put together that all the mentees that are interested in the program, they should complete, and we also have one for mentors as well. So what I will try and do, I'll speak to to Xoliswa, who is responsible for communications, to see if maybe we can't post the links for the applications for on the application forms on our website, so that it's easy for people to find. Because one of the things that that came to light is that some of the members, they missed the posts on LinkedIn, and now going into LinkedIn and searching for those posts, it's a little bit of a challenge. So we will try and see how we can best do it so that it's easily accessible. And I think on my side as well, after the session, I will just see if I can be able to get your emails from the session, and then send you the links so that you, if you really want to submit your applications, you can have them readily accessible while we sort out the accessibility of those forms on our local website.
All right, no, understood. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much. I don't know, I just feel like, because I see there are 3 items in the chat, I don't know if there are questions or not. So I just think, I was just suggesting that in the interest of time, can I just go through the presentation and we finish, and then we start attending the questions, if it's fine with the audience.
Should be fine. Thanks, Mashaba.
Thanks, Babalwa. Okay, I spoke to the approach, and I was getting into high-level roles and responsibilities. So in terms of the program and the structure or the shape that is going to take from an SA chapter perspective, we will have the mentorship lead, which is going to be me, and then we will have mentors and we will have mentees. So me as the lead and the mentoring leads that are going to come after me, we will manage and oversee the program at chapter level. We will provide reporting to the chapter, more especially to the board and global, and we will provide necessary support to the mentorship community. Mentorship community, I'm specifically referring to the mentees and mentors that will be part of the program. Then at high level as well, for mentors, really the responsibility, some of the responsibilities, there's just so many of them if you go into the website, but the ones that I felt that they are closer to home is that as a mentor, you are the soundboard for the mentee. You are not, what can I say? You are not a coach per se, where you tell the mentee what to do, but you are there for them to bounce their ideas and to probe more for whatever challenges that they are facing, so that they can start having a different perspective to what they had with the challenge that they will be facing at the time that the engagement started. So the mentors are there to guide mentees and support them in their goals. So it's very important that when we get into a mentee-mentor relationship, we set goals up front. So the mentor will be able to guide, not to talk or to dictate what the mentee should do in terms of their goals, but it's just to help them navigate whatever their career goals are. Then mentors will also provide the platform for mentees to apply their learnings where necessary. On this particular one, if somebody needs assistance in terms of putting together a presentation, a mentor can help give them tips in terms of how they could put together a presentation, or direct them to the resources that will help them to put together a presentation, and then get them to put a presentation together just as a practice, because I know presenting is not something that that's easy for everyone. So I'm just giving that as an example to say, when I say create a platform for the mentee to apply learnings, there might be some exercises based, depending on what the challenge and what the skill the mentee wants to grow. There might be certain exercises that the mentor can give to the mentees. Then the mentors, they will need to prepare for sessions. They will need to direct mentors, to direct mentees to helpful resources, and where possible, direct them to the networks where, if, for instance, as a mentor, somebody needs assistance with certification, for instance, and I know that I'm not strong in that area, then the mentor should be able to direct the mentee where they could actually be able to find help in that regard. And then they will also be able to provide monthly reports based on the standard templates that Global has provided us. Then from a mentee perspective, the mentee need to lead the relationship. So in leading the relationship, it basically means that the mentee needs to make sure that they set up those meetings with the mentor, and they need to make sure that they show up. You don't just set up a session and don't show up. So they will, if for instance, because we understand that life happens, if for instance you are not able to make that session, then you need to be proactive and let your mentor know that you will not be available, and not get them to wait for nothing, and then 3 minutes or a few minutes before the session starts, you send an apology. So there's a lot, like as a mentee, you just need to drive that relationship. And then they will need to execute any tasks that the mentor may give, based again on the type of help that the mentee requires. And they also need to be clear about the goals for the relationship. You can't just have a relationship or have a mentor for the sake of having a mentor. If you want to be mentored, I want to believe that there is a pain, and there's a pain point that you have, and you need help on that pain point. So you need to be clear what the goals are for the relationship, so that the mentor can be able to assist you. And in the application form that I was alluding to, we specifically have a question in this regard to say, what is your goal? What is your pain point? So that when we do the matching, we can be able to do the matching looking at what your pain point is, to avoid instances of mismatch. And then as a mentee as well, you also need to prepare for the session. You need to record progress for yourself and the notes. It's not the mentor's responsibility to take notes for you and to tell you how you're doing. Yes, they will give you feedback in terms of how they see you doing, but as a mentee who is having set goals, you also need to record progress for yourself, and then you also need to provide monthly reports. Okay, so in terms of thriving in the mentor-mentee relationship, there's a lot of things that we can speak to, but what I have put together as the basics is that as a mentor, as a mentee in that relationship, you need to build good rapport. You need to have good communication, open communication, set clear objectives for the relationship. This, I want to stress it more, because in my personal experience, I have seen people getting into a mentee-mentor relationship, and the mentee does not have clear objectives, and you tend to be all over the place. So the mentees need to make sure that the objectives are well set, they are clear on their goals, so that the relationship can remain focused. They also need to set boundaries and honor it. For instance, if I'm a mentor and I'm saying I am not available after 5, you can't call me after 5, you can't send me WhatsApps after 5, or if you send me after 5, just know that I will respond first thing in the morning. Those kind of things, they need to be said and they need to be honored. Openness to positive criticism. The reality is nobody's perfect. Sometimes we do things not realizing the impact that it has on the other party. So even the way that we do things, sometimes you might find that it's not optimal. If you want to thrive and you are the way that you are doing things is not incongruent with the attitude of thriving, you need to be open for positive criticism, both the mentee and the mentor. Then there has to be mutual respect, and you also need to be able to leverage of each other's strengths and celebrate wins. I love celebrations. It doesn't matter how big a win is. For me, if I had even the tiniest challenge, I like to celebrate it. It can be celebrating it over coffee. It can be celebrating it by just buying myself a big slab of chocolate. I like celebrating. So I encourage that, as we embark on this journey, if there are wins in the relationship, let's celebrate the wins in whatever way that is suitable for both parties. Okay. In terms of expectations from a chapter perspective, we are just putting it out there to say, please don't use the mentor-mentee relationship for personal hidden agendas. We know that some of us are independent contractors and we're having side hustles. So we are not expecting that if you're having a side hustle and you have a mentee, you will start pushing you'll start using the mentee that you have in this program as one of your leads or lead generator for your business. That is not acceptable at all. And then we also asking that please don't take advantage of each other's vulnerability. You will find as we walk this journey that as a mentor-mentee, in a mentor-mentee relationship, sometimes you get close to an extent that you get to know the vulnerability of the other party. Don't take advantage of it and don't go around spreading it. Respect the relationship. Then keep each other's confidentiality, be flexible where required, be authentic, make the relationship to be mutually beneficial. When I was a mentor in another community, initially I thought, because I was new to this, initially I thought that it's just the mentors who are going to be benefiting, but my personal experience is that the more I was open with
I don't know if it's on my side, but it seems like we have lost Marshalla.
Yeah, same experience here.
Okay, while we get Marshalla to get back online, there's a question for you, Tsepo, in the chat from Mary. She'd like to know whether the South African chapter covers Kenya as well. I suppose she's joining from Kenya, or she's got people in that should like to refer in Kenya.
Maybe the question is it around membership or is it around mentorship? Maybe Mary can unmute.
Mary, do you know? Mary, I see she's unmuted, but I don't seem to be hearing.
Okay, so maybe let me tackle it then from a membership perspective. So membership-wise, the South Africa sometimes has people that are in Zimbabwe, which is the closest to our region because we're in the south. But actually, every chapter has its own kind of members. So if there is no chapter in Kenya, you can, when you are applying for membership, specify that you want to be part of the South African chapter. And then they will allocate you to us as a chapter, and all the benefits that flows to members of a chapter as well as of global becomes available to you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm back. Sorry, the connectivity worked against me, but I'm now back.
Okay, can we pick up that conversation, Tsepo and Mary, after, let's let Mashaba finish her presentation, if that's okay with you. So in your presence, it was what, in the light of the technical glitches, Mashaba, we decided to deal one of the questions in the chat, but I think we can pick that conversation after you finish your presentation.
Okay, I'm unable to share my presentation now, so I don't know if you would be able to help me to share.
Maybe you can just go through the presentation. How many more slides do you still need to cover?
It's just like 3 more slides, then I'm done.
Maybe just go through the thoughts and then we will use our imagination while,
Okay.
while we try and deal the.
Okay, thank you so much, Pabalo.
No problem.
So yeah, I was still on expectations, and I was saying that we need to make sure that we keep each other's confidentiality. We become flexible where required, because sometimes life happens, and if for some reason the meeting could not take place, we are asking that at least there must be room for flexibility. And we're saying from both the mentor and mentee perspective, please be authentic and make the relationship to be mutually beneficial. Then in terms of what's in it for you as a mentor or for you as a mentee, or even for the employer or for the client, in case you are an independent contractor, I have put together the like some of the benefits, which like the list is not like it's not a full list, but these are the ones that I have picked on. So as a mentor, being part of this program, you will have the opportunity to develop others and evolve into thought leadership. You will also be able to share your knowledge, your wisdom with the mentees, and you will also have the opportunity to learn from the mentees. As I was saying before I got cut, that as a mentor in that program that I was part of, I learned a lot from the mentee that I was mentoring, because we had open conversations and like we were very close to each other, that we were able to share certain things that we are doing over and above the things that were core in our relationship. Then you will also have the enhanced personal profile and contribution to the volunteerism aspect of certification. If you want to go through certification, you will have opportunity to expand your network. Then from a mentee perspective, You will have accelerated self-development and growth, knowledge share as well from the mentees. So you will be able to tap into the wisdom of the mentors that that are mentoring you, and you will also be able to learn to get some learnings from the wider mentoring community, as we will be meeting on a monthly basis. Then you will also have the improved confidence in executing your tasks, and you will have the enhanced BA arsenal, meaning that you will have enhanced BA tools, techniques, the know-how, and like all the things that you need in order for you to thrive in your career. And you will also have the opportunity to expand your network. Then from an employer or a client perspective, depending whether you are permanently employed or you are a contractor, the quality of the artifacts that you produce for the business or for the client will be improved. The execution of tasks, because of the enhanced skills that as a mentor and as a mentee you would have acquired, you will have better, the organization will have better approach that gets applied when tasks are executed. And then the employer or client, they will have more value-adding insights in terms of the organizational or divisional goals that you will be contributing to as a mentor or as a mentee, leveraging of the learnings, the wisdom that you would have tapped into as part of the program. Then the last part that I would like to say is that, you know, to thrive in our careers, for us to be able to also move to the next level, we need either a mentor or a coach. My previous manager and mentor used to say to me that, you know, whatever achievements that I had attained at that point in time, he said to me that you will not be able to go an extra level or to thrive any further if you don't get another mentor. He was open with me, and he was like kind enough to say to me, I've mentored you to this point, and now you are moving to the next level. So make sure at your next level, you get a mentor so that you can keep moving one level higher. So the higher you go, you need the mentor. And I just want to say, you might not need to change your mentor. You might keep your mentor for life, so long as they are supporting you at each level, at each level of growth. Then, well, on my slide, I had shared the contact details for the mentorship, the email address, and for membership. So I think that we will make that available. I'll speak to police so that we also make that available on our website, so that if there are any further questions that you might have outside this session, you can still be able to talk to us. And I think the last thing that I just want to share, the importance or how mentorship has built me up, even though it was not as formalized as this one that we are embarking on. You know, I had a leader who at some point, she did not believe in me, and it was tough. And I just decided that, you know, even if she doesn't believe in me, I've made it in the past, I've excelled in the past. So I will continue to do my best, and my best will speak it for itself. So it got so bad that I had to be moved from the department where I was to another department. And I got the opportunity to move into that process space, because with the way that I was working, other managers could see potential in me that my manager did not see at the time. And the manager that I got moved to, he was a great mentor. He gave me the opportunity to thrive. He was the kind of person who would say, if you go to him and you say, I'm having a challenge with a client, 1, 2, 3, 4 is happening. He will not say to you, okay, if you have this challenge, do 1, 2, 3. He will just say to you, go think about it and tell me, what is it that you're gonna do to solve this problem? Because it's a problem and it needs to be addressed. In the beginning, I felt like, sure, this is tough. Why doesn't him as my manager, him as my mentor, him as my leader, why is he not helping me? But today I am grateful that he took the mentor approach instead of the teacher approach, because then whenever challenges come my way, I'm able to think about it to say, okay, what else can I do, And the seed that he had planted in my life, I managed to plant it in the lives of others that reported to me at the time when I had direct reports, and those people are thriving. So I am encouraging you, for those who want to be mentored, I'm encouraging you to join the program, and those who are wanting to be mentees, mentors, I am encouraging you to plant a seed in someone else's life. The small seed, the small word, even if our program is going to run for 3 months, you don't know, you might not even realize that the impact that you would have made in the life of that particular soul, that whatever that you would have planted will make them to thrive two or more levels from where they are. So I am encouraging you to say, if you've got it in yourself, if you sense the calling to be a mentor, please do join us. We need to build this community of ours, and we would like to thrive. And being part of this program, for me, I just think that we will thrive together as a community. It's not about the mentees thriving and the mentors remaining behind. I think there's a lot that as a community we know, and when we start sharing, we will grow greatly together. Yeah, I think that's about it from my side, and I am looking forward to your applications coming through and us kickstarting this program in 2 weeks' time, and going through, learning together, thriving and growing together, and maybe even have some form of celebration if possible when we close out around November. That's it from my side. And thank you so much for the organizers, Lesego, Babalwa, Tepo, Ketelo in her absentia. Thank you so much, and the entire board, IIBA board, and the global IIBA global. Thank you so much for this opportunity that I become part and the lead of this exciting program. Looking forward to receiving those applications after this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mashaba. We can't thank you enough. The chat is actually a buzz. Our time is well spent. I think you've addressed indirectly most of the questions that were fielded in the chat. Can actually hear the passion oozing through you. You just couldn't stop. That's how passionate you are about mentorship. And our former president, Dr. Ngubane, weighed in the chat as well, citing how he's passionate about mentoring, and that we've got a few questions which I think you have dealt indirectly. Kali would like to know when the applications are due, so the absolute closing date for the applications, and then Baring would like to know when the closing date is as well. Zeki would like to know whether one can also be a mentee and mentor in the same program at the same time. Earlier on, we also had a question from Mary in Kenya, wanting to know whether the SA chapter covers Kenya. Tsepo was dealing that question when you had a technical glitch. So maybe you can cover that while you're covering your mentorship questions, and then Tsepo would also field that from a membership perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, our mentorship program, IBASA mentorship program has been officially launched.
Thank you so much, Babalwa.
Sorry,
And thank you so much.
President note. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you so much, Babalwa, and thank you for all the questions that are asked. In terms of the closing date, we had said that the closing date for the first cycle, it's next week, Friday. But we will have a look and see. What we are intending to do is just to keep the applications open, so that when people apply during the cycle, we can already start building up the momentum for the next cycle. So, but in terms of the first program, the closing date is next week, Friday. Then
Awesome.
I think that's the question that Kylie and Baring had. And then Zeki, I think from where I stand, you can apply to be both a mentor and a mentee, so long as you know that as a mentor, there are areas that you are proficient in and you would like to assist the community with. So I don't think that so long as you are managing your responsibilities as a mentor, as well as the responsibility as a mentee.
Awesome.
I think that's about it. And I see that Brian indicated a point of correction that the PhD is not yet done. But yeah, I believe that he'll make it. And to me, for him being the president that he has been, for him being the leader that he has been, I see him as Dr. Ngubane. It's I don't know, for me it's a done deal. The studies might still be carrying on, but for me it's a done deal.
Okay, Dr. Ngubane, we've conferred a PhD on you, and congratulations. Do you want to touch on the Mary question?
Or the Kenya one?
Yes.
Look, at the moment, our scope, we were looking at SA, but I just think I'll check with Global, but I don't think that there should be limitations, because I mean, these days technology has allowed us to go beyond borders, you know. So I will just check with the global leadership if we can be able to serve communities outside the SA chapter. But what is key is that we will need to confirm membership, because whatever applications that come through, I'm working with the team to check. I'm working with TEPO, to be precise. I'm working with TEPO to confirm membership. And if you are not, if we have Mary in Kenya and we try and confirm the membership with Global and we find that she's not a member, unfortunately, we will not be, our hands will be tied. We will not be able to assist. But I think it would be a good thing actually to extend our reach to our IIB members outside SA if their chapters are not running the program as yet.
Hey, Terika is grateful for an awesome program. Thank you so much for your responses, Mashaba. I hope these answer all the questions that have been asked. Over to you, Tsepo, on the membership on the same Mary issue.
Yeah, I think what I was saying is for us, membership is front and center to everything we do. If you're a member at IIBA Goa, because membership has been globalized, we will definitely be able to serve you. So you're free to attend our programs. You're free to benefit however way that you deem correct for your professional and career development. It will not limit you if you are a member in good standing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. There's well wishes coming through from Baring in the chat, Mashaba. I don't know if you've got any closing remarks. Guys, our mentorship program has been launched. Please spread the word and share the prerequisites. And as promised, Mashaba is going to share all the information that we require for us to get the ball rolling.
Thanks so much, Babalwa. I think from my side, I'm really excited about the program, and I am looking forward to all our attendees on the call to be part of the program, either on the mentee side of things or on the mentor side of things. So thank you so much. And again, I can't thank you and Lesego more, and Kroliswa in her absence, in terms of making this launch a success. And I think the audience as well, they made it a success. And again, I'm also grateful for Braed to be part of our session, him having gone before me in terms of running the program before. I believe that there's a lot of wisdom that I can tap into his arsenal. Thank you so much. Looking forward to this journey together. And yeah, our mentorship in a box is officially launched. Thank you so much.
A quick question, please, guys. So as a mentee, in terms of the structure of the program, a year is 3 months. Now, is there room or opportunity for rotation of mentors?
Yes, there is room for rotation, but again, it needs to be on solid grounds. So if maybe the program runs for 3 months and you feel that the goal that you had for the first cycle has been met or is almost there, and maybe you would like to change, you would be able to change. I think the one that might need intervention and discussions in between is when you want to change the mentor in the middle of the cycle. I think that it will need, we will need to understand why you want to switch and all that, and see if there's a way that we can help in the relationship.
Okay, no, thank you.
Awesome, guys. Any closing thoughts, Tsepo?
Yeah, nothing for me. I think as Mashaba, we are ready for business. So get in touch with us. We'll help you.
A big thank you to you, Tsepo and Mashaba. Thank you, and congratulations to everyone on the call for choosing growth and choosing to thrive in whichever way. And good night. Thank you.
Thank you. I've just posted the